Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to first start off by saying that I had my surgical wisdom teeth removal, so I still have a little bit of a hard time speaking because my jaw gets tired or I slur some words, but I'm going to do the best that I can. The topic that I chose to speak about today is smoking inside of a car with a child or even anywhere near a child. The purpose of this speech is to persuade people that smoking in a car with a child should be considered illegal in the United States. We already understand that smoking ultimately leads to lung cancer and other health problems such as stroke and coronary heart disease, cancer in different parts of the body, gum diseases, and a loss of teeth, and so on and so forth, as stated by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. It is completely up to a person whether or not they want to smoke cigarettes because that is their life and their choice, and I completely understand that. However, when it comes to an adult smoking around a child, that child is having that choice decided for them. A smoker understands the consequences of smoking, but a child does not understand this at that point in their life. The child's health is being decided by the parent or parents. Secondhand smoke is just as dangerous as the actual person smoking a cigarette. Like cigarettes, secondhand smoke can also cause coronary heart disease and strokes. People who are subjected to secondhand smoke are 25 to 30% more likely to develop a heart disease. With people in general, secondhand smoke causes about 8,000 deaths a year. An additional health problem that would result from this would be an increased risk of having a heart attack, and it is highly recommended that people avoid even brief encounters with smoke. When it comes to children, secondhand smoke is even more dangerous because they are so young and an infant is still developing to the outside world. Children are more sensitive to secondhand smoke rather than adults. Smoking around an infant can increase the risk of sudden infant death syndrome, meaning a child dies unexpectedly within the first year of their life. Parents are advised not to smoke anywhere near the child, and by smoking in the car with an infant, they are putting that child's life on the line. Children who are exposed to smoke are more inclined to contract illnesses such as bronchitis and pneumonia, and they are more likely to develop tougher breathing problems. As a result of secondhand smoke, children are more likely to get ear infections and are required to go to a doctor to have fluid drained from the ears, which is not a painless procedure. According to the Otolaryngology Head and Neck Surgery website, just by inhaling smoke, children are at a greater risk of having hearing loss due to ear infections. There are just too many risks that come with smoking around a child, and subjecting that child to smoke inside of a car is not wise. Not every parent or person agrees with making smoking illegal because they believe that it is or smoking illegal inside of a car because they believe that it is their property and their choice. A parent or person may not also know how to quit, and they may be very dependent on it. So it is important that the government gives them that little push and sets those boundaries. It is also important to establish a law like this because a person may not know that a child has asthma, and if a person is smoking around a child who does have asthma, it can trigger an asthma attack and it could become catastrophic. An adult has the ability to get in or out of a car, but a child does not have that same ability. It is also stated by people who are smokers that they can just roll down the windows and the smoke will be released from the car. However, this is not true because even by rolling down the windows, as stated by the American Academy of Pediatrics, it is not enough for smoke to get out of the car, and the smoke can still be blown back into the child's face. Smoking in a car with a child is much like a person drinking in a car with a child. People may see this as a stretch, but if you think about it, these two scenarios go hand in hand. A person drinking inside of a car is not only putting their life in danger, but that child's life as well. Same goes for smoking inside of a car with a child. Even though that child is inside the car and the windows may be down, the child's life expectancy is still being cut little by little. Even though we cannot dictate whether or not a person smokes inside of a home with children around, we should try to do whatever we can to eliminate places where children are forced to inhale smoke. Thank you.